Ambassador Zephys, 4 of the Galactic Council, adjusted her crystalline appendages nervously as she reviewed the intelligence reports streaming across her neural interface. For 3 centuries, humanity had been dismissed as a primitive, emerging species useful for their raw materials and cheap labor, but hardly worth serious consideration in galactic politics. The massive view screen in the council chambers displayed Earth's modest defense fleet, a handful of fusion-powered vessels, primitive kinetic weapons, and what appeared to be outdated shielding technology. The hegemony's war fleet, comprising over 10,000 vessels from 7 different species, hung menacingly at the edge of the Sol system like metallic storm clouds. Counselor Vex Prime, Zephys 4, transmitted to the insectoid commander of the invasion force, "The humans have responded to our ultimatum. They refuse to surrender their mining rights to Titan and Europa." The reply crackled with amusement. "Then we shall take what is rightfully ours. Their pathetic fleet cannot hope to match our firepower." Dr. Elena Vasquez stood in the command center of Lunar Station, her weathered hand steady despite the magnitude of what she was about to authorize. Behind her, holographic displays showed the positioning of humanity's visible fleet, 12 ships, looking hopelessly outmatched against the alien armada. "Ma'am," came the voice of Admiral Chen from the bridge of the UES Defiant. "We're receiving final surrender demands from the hegemony fleet. They're giving us 30 minutes. Elena's eyes moved to a sealed console that had remained untouched for decades. The Prometheus Protocol, humanity's deepest secret, developed in the dark laboratories beneath the Martian ice caps. While alien civilizations had focused on energy weapons and exotic matter manipulation, humans had taken a different path entirely. "Admiral, are all civilian populations secure in the bunkers?" "Confirmed. Deep bunkers on Earth, Mars, and the outer colonies are sealed. All non-military personnel have been evacuated from space installations." Elena placed her palm on the biometric scanner. "Then it's time they learned why Earth's children have spent 2 centuries preparing for this moment." The scanner hummed, recognizing not just her genetic signature, but her neural patterns, confirming she was acting of her own free will. Across the solar system, similar authorizations were being entered by carefully selected commanders. Counselor Vex Prime watched the countdown timer reach 0, expecting immediate surrender or a futile last stand. Instead, something impossible began to happen. The space around Earth's fleet began to fold. Captain Thane, commander of the hegemony's flagship Eternal Dominion, felt his protective chitting crawl with unease. His sensors were registering massive gravitational anomalies throughout the Sol system. Space itself seemed to be bending, creating corridors that shouldn't exist according to any known physics. "What are the humans doing?" he clicked to his science officer. "Unknown, Captain. Our instruments are detecting impossible readings. It's as if they're manipulating dimensional barriers themselves." Then the first human ship emerged from what could only be described as a tear in reality itself. It was enormous, easily 10 times the size of humanity's largest known vessel. Its hull was composed of something that seemed to absorb light itself, creating an unsettling void against the stars. Strange geometric patterns covered its surface, pulsing with energy that made veteran warriors across the hegemony fleet suddenly question their certainty of victory. But it wasn't alone. Through dozens of dimensional rifts, more ships emerged. Not hundreds, thousands. Each one unique, incorporating technology that seemed to blend quantum mechanics with something far more fundamental. Some appeared to be partially phased out of normal space, existing in multiple dimensions simultaneously. Others manipulated gravity so severely that they created their own localized event horizons. Ambassador Zephys 4's emergency transmission reached the council chambers with unprecedented urgency. "All ships, fall back immediately. The humans have revealed a fleet of impossible magnitude." But Counselor Vex Prime, driven by pride and disbelief, ordered the attack to commence. The hegemony's most advanced plasma cannons fired in unison, energy beams that could vaporize asteroids, cutting through space toward the human vessels. The Admiral Chen's voice was calm as she opened communications with the alien fleet. Hegemony forces, you are now witnessing humanity's true defensive capability. For 3 centuries, we have allowed you to see only what we chose to reveal. While your species developed energy weapons, we mastered the fabric of space-time itself. One of the human vessels, a sleek craft that seemed to exist in 11 dimensions simultaneously,
fired a single projectile. It wasn't an energy beam or an exotic particle. It was something far more terrifying, a controlled singularity, artificially stabilized and directed with precision that defied galactic understanding of physics. The projectile struck Counselor Vex Prime's flagship. The ship didn't explode, it simply folded inward upon itself, becoming a point of infinite density before winking out of existence entirely. Across the hegemony fleet, panic began to spread as more human vessels demonstrated their impossible capabilities. Ships that could exist in multiple locations simultaneously. Weapons that attacked targets through dimensional barriers. Defensive systems that could alter the fundamental constants of physics in localized space. Dr. Vasquez spoke into her communicator, her words being transmitted to every ship in the alien fleet. For 3 centuries, humanity has been preparing for this moment. While you conquered primitive civilizations with superior firepower, we delved into the deepest mysteries of existence itself. We learned to manipulate not just matter and energy, but the very rules by which reality operates. The retreat began spontaneously. Hegemony vessels that had approached with such confidence now fled in desperate panic, their weapons useless against technology that operated outside conventional understanding. We could destroy your entire fleet. Elena continued, her voice carrying the weight of absolute certainty. We could fold your home worlds into pocket dimensions or strand them in temporal loops. But we choose not to. Consider this a demonstration of mercy and a warning. In the council chambers, Ambassador Zephys IV transmitted the emergency declaration that would reshape galactic politics forever. All council forces are to immediately withdraw from human space. Humanity is hereby classified as a Tier 1 civilization with full sovereign recognition. As the last of the hegemony ships vanished into hyperspace, the human fleet began to phase back into their dimensional storage facilities. Within hours, only the original 12 vessels remained visible, maintaining their facade of primitive technology. But across the galaxy, the message was clear: humanity had revealed their hand, and the cosmos would never underestimate Earth's children again. The silence that followed was not empty. It was filled with the profound recognition that a new power had emerged, one that commanded forces beyond the comprehension of those who had once dismissed them as mere barbarians playing with fire and metal among the stars.